Starcraft 2 in the esports scene.
Hello and welcome.
Well, thank you very much. It is nice to be welcomed once again to the podcast.
Always, every time.
Yes, every single time.
Yep.
Without question.
Always. I see you're off in a distant futuristic landscape. Be it
I certainly am.
Cyberpunk or the Matrix, maybe.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can tell it's futuristic because there's a lot of purple.
And the flying car.
Yeah,
The-
I don't know why it's doing this with my hair, but it certainly is doing it with my hair. What is behind me?
A face
a
mask
monkey?
with a face.
Looks like a monkey.
Doesn't look like a monkey.
Doesn't? Okay.
Looks like a face mask. You got the two little bands, and it's just a big thing. It's a face mask, except it's got a face on it.
Okay.
And a leaf.
And a leaf. Yeah. I think it looks like a monkey face mask. We'll compromise.
Sure. Yep. I'll allow it.
Excellent. Ka-chow. All right. So StarCraft 2 news.
Oh, okay.
Either somebody else was playing with Neeb's keyboard or Neeb is washed up.
I'm willing to bet that Neeb is washed up.
Yeah, I mean, he got crushed by, like, if you can, okay. Here's a fun game. Here are the players that he, in his group,
Mm-hmm.
and you try to guess which ones beat him. I guess you already know, but like, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
we've got Disc, Nina, Asuna, Canning, Vindicta, Antis, and Maples.
I'm gonna assume Disc and Vindicta.
You cheater. No, but like, seriously, if somebody told you that Neeb would go 0-4,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
not win a single series today,
Mm-hmm.
you would not say he got crushed by Disc and Vindicta. It would not happen.
I would not bet on that to be the outcome.
No.
No.
Nobody would.
I don't know. Neeb fighting. Group's not over. This has all been a clever ploy. He's gonna come back tomorrow and crush. Who's he playing first? Asuna? Yep, I can see that happening. And then-
Okay, but I could tell you in the Twitch chat when people are betting channel points on whether Neeb would beat Vindicta, it was like 47 million channel points on Neeb winning and like 3,000 channel points on Vindicta winning.
Oh, whoever bet those 3,000 points, they got a huge payout.
Yeah, like the 10 people who won big there were just like, yeah. They were stoked, and everybody else was like, Neeb, come on, man. Come on. Anyway, okay, fine. He's not dead, but if he lets that same person play for him again, he's in a lot of trouble. The person hiding just off camera, doing the mouse and keyboard for him, right?
Florencio. I believe it's canon that they live together.
You know what? I think you're right. Just the number of times that M. Canning was like, here are my disruptors. Let me move them into the Terran army. Not the Purification Nova, the Disruptor. It's like, what is happening?
Someone's reset his mind from when you had to walk the disruptor, because that used to be how it functioned.
Yeah,
he thinks you have to
right.
push it into the army, then activate the ability, and then try and run it away.
You're right. That's what happened. It happened at least 3 or 4 times against Vindicta, and every time I was like, Neeb, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the casters were beside themselves. They're just like, what is happening here? So I don't know, man. Maybe Neeb had a really super bad day, and then he's gonna win every single one of his maps after this and get back on it. But I would not put any money on Neeb getting out of this group. I can tell you that much. None.
Ooh.
You could say, hey, Falcon, you can bet $1 and I'll give you $100 if Neeb gets out. I'd be like, nah.
I wouldn't take that bet.
Not happening. Nope. I want my dollar. Man, we had some European stuff today as well.
Mm, yeah.
Yep.
I haven't looked at those brackets.
Cyril won everything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Going 8-0.
And then, yep. Showtime took him to a pretty late PVZ.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, Showtime is looking really good. I mean, he did win every other series in his group, so Showtime's looking pretty fantastic here lately. He took Cyril to like a 24-minute spot in a PVZ, and then Cyril just crushed his army, and then it was just downhill from there.
Respectable.
Yeah, so respectable. I don't know. I love Showtime. I'd love to see him get up on that level of Cyril and Raynor and Clem, but it's just like he's not there. He's never been there. Is it too much to expect for him to figure it out at this point? Maybe.
I don't know.
Can he make the leap?
Here's the thing: he's never godlike, right?
Right.
But he's still probably the best EU Protoss,
Yes.
right? Like
But low bar.
he's yeah, low bar, but he is second in his group. Like he's still
Yeah.
that's still
Yeah,
good
look.
enough for payday most of the time.
That's what he's always been, though. He's always been the greatest European Protoss. He's always been good enough to hang, but never really gets huge wins. He never got to the level of Cyril. Never got to the level of Raynor. I think Clem's probably better than him this year than any year Showtime's ever had. So,
I mean,
how old is
no,
Showtime? He's an old man. He's probably like 25, 27. Yeah.
Old man Showtime.
Old man. Yep.
Yeah.
So sorry, you were gonna say.
No, I was just immediately getting confused with Petite Drogo. I'm like, but that's
that's a good question. There probably was a time that Petit Drogo was the better of the two.
yeah, because Petite Drogo like made it to BlizzCons.
Yes, totally. You're right.
Yeah.
Showtime has not had an unchallenged Protoss reign in the EU, but overall, he's had the best, last 5, 6, 7 years of Protoss in the European Union of StarCraft 2.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So everybody likes Showtime. He's cool. He's good. I'd like to see him make the leap. I want to see him take down Cyril. I want to see him beat Raynor. I want to see him. Right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'd love to see that too, but he's playing Protoss.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, okay. I did actually cast a game where Showtime took Raynor down in DreamHack Fall.
Okay.
One before this. This is winter, yeah. So it was fall.
Sure.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. So like he can do it in a game. It's just never 2 times out of 3 or 3 times out of 5, So it'd be nice. I don't know. Like, do we expect Max Pax to eventually pass him at this rate? Max Pax's ascent feels like it's faster than Showtime's climbing.
Max Pack's groups look easier.
True.
Like I don't really think I still don't think of Max Pax as a good Protoss player. I still just picture him as the proxy guy.
Yes, that's unfair though.
It is a little unfair, but
he's upped his game. Like he can play super good macro games now. He looks really good. I did a Max Pax versus Raynor game, I think, too, fairly recently, and he looks good. Like if you covered up the names, you would have been like, this is Showtime, or this is like, maybe Trap or somebody. Maybe not as good as Trap, but like this is Showtime. You wouldn't think it was Max Pax, but it is. Like he's doing really well. I'm just saying.
Sure.
No one believed you didn't believe in Cure either. So your recent record on how good players are is not super stellar, is all I'm saying.
Right. And when Max Pax wins DreamHack, I will happily issue a statement of deepest congratulations to him and commit seppuku. But I don't see that happening.
I know. Not now.
He's probably going to get out of his group. I
mean, he started out 6-0, so he's got a nice head start.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see him making it out of the EU playoffs. If I'm being honest. Because EU will then go to season finals like they did last time.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see him getting there.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not now, but I think in the next 12 months, I can see him doing it. We'll have to see. Nobody knows. It's a
Sure.
mystery.
Sure.
It's just faith right now.
And nothing's
So,
happened with GSL because it's GSL.
because their events are 8 weeks between.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Still over a day away.
Yeah. So I saw Lilbo playing.
Okay.
And I was like, is this the Lilbo from like the early Starcraft days? And I'm not sure that it is.
He's a 26-year-old.
Yeah.
Has Heart of the Swarm results. Like he joined Nuit Blanche in the pro roster in 2013. So that was a while ago.
That might be what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. This is the same dude
Mm-hmm.
from a long time ago. Yeah, he would get spotlighted by like day 9 quite a bit. Day 9 liked him a lot. And then it felt like he went away.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't now he's kind of back. I don't know what's going on. I mean, he didn't win anything today in any of his matches, so that's not great. But I just hadn't
Right.
seen his name in a long time. Yeah, he WCS season 2 finals matched up against Hydra.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So I mean, he didn't win, but he got enough attention back then that people are like, "Oh, Lilbo.
Right. I'm
All right."
looking at the timeline of his results. It's like pretty consistent, like not good results, but results, like
Yeah.
17th to 32nd in WSS Spring, 9th to 16th in Valencia in 2016, and then nothing until now. Like literally no results for 5
Okay.
years.
So yes. Okay. So my memory, I didn't just miss him. He's been gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
I feel better because I was like, has he been competing this whole time and I just haven't seen him at all? I feel bad. Nope, he's been out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he went to like college or something for 4 years.
Maybe.
Got a degree in something important. Although nothing on a Wikipedia page about that. So
No. And he's back to playing Starcraft, so
right.
how important could it be?
Sure. Oh no, here he goes. He was a coach for the Toronto Defiant in the Overwatch League from 2016 to 2020. He was coaching Overwatch. That's
Ah.
what happened to him.
Overwatch.
Ah. I mean, he's back. So
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that the Overwatch competitive scene is not hot, not doing so great. But that's literally all I know about it because boy, do I not follow that game at all.
No. Me neither.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, I don't know. The fact that he came back is maybe indicative either that he wasn't doing a good job or the competitive scene for Overwatch is falling apart. Take your pick. Those are the only options.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Oh, yeah. And that's an option too.
Uh, hmm. Good for him. I wish him all the best in his tournament.
Yeah,
games.
yeah. Oh, he played on that French team that took down Korea in Nation Wars 3 back in
Oh,
2016. You remember that? That was fun.
yeah.
Yeah. So he was part of that group. I don't know if he actually did anything, but he was part of the squad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He was there for moral support. It counts.
Yeah. Oh no, that was the time that Marine Lord just like all killed the
Killed
Korea
Koreans.
team.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this now. That was an amazing time.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, the foreigners are taking over. And then they kind of did, but it wasn't Marine Lord.
Well, it's still like 2 years too early.
Yeah, that's true. But at the time, people were like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Let's one more thing. I just want to see if Lilbo played anything because he certainly didn't in that series. Stefano. Lilbo. Okay, so Lilbo played against Canada and he
Okay.
beat Huck, another old school player, and he beat Desro, another old school player.
Huck, who went on to be the commissioner for Overwatch, if I recall correctly. Oh no,
He's the commissioner for Overwatch?
it was either Overwatch or HOTS. And it was brief. I don't think he's still doing it.
Oh.
It was like at the
He's-
time when it was getting big.
He is currently the president of gaming at the Craft Group. What the heck is that?
I have no idea.
The Craft Group, a professional esports company. Oh, okay, there you go. Is it? I assume they're sponsored by Kraft, like the macaroni and cheese company.
Uh, certainly possible.
I don't even know what this is. It's like real sports. What the heck? They do real sports and esports?
Esports is real sports. How dare you?
How dare I malign esports? Ball sports, then.
There we go.
Wait. Okay. The Kraft. Okay, so the owner of the New England Patriots is named Robert Kraft.
Okay.
So that's what the Kraft Group is the like Robert Kraft billionaire, all the stuff that he does.
Mm.
What?
Okay.
What is Huck? If somebody was, 10 years ago was like, Huck's going to end up being a president of gaming for Robert Kraft, I would have been like, no, he's not. Shut up. Prince Loranger Kraft Group. Well, holy crap. LinkedIn profile and everything.
There you go. If it's on LinkedIn, it must be true.
Way to go, Huck. I bet he's making $1 million.
I hope
Alright.
so.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, so he took down Huck in Nation Wars in 2016, and then he got beat by Scarlet, which is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. All right, how did we end up in
Ah,
Lilbo? Oh, right, because DreamHack.
right. There we go.
Right.
Nailed it.
Truth. All right. So yeah, any real surprises here? I mean, the top players are Cyril, Rainer, Clem, and Max Pax. So Max Pax, a bit of a surprise over Hero Marine,
Mm-hmm.
I think, at least according to you, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not sure where we're looking.
Oh, sorry.
EU?
Winter EU, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah. No, everything looks like it's in the right place.
Except for the Max Packs, though.
Except for Max Rex being over Hero Marie by 1 point.
Right.
And I mean,
Little surprising.
they have the same match score. Hero Marine just dropped a game.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Who did he lose to?
Right.
He dropped a game to Vanya. That's interesting.
That is interesting. I like Vanya, but like, not that much.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
All right. What
Yeah.
else? So that's StarCraft 2 news. GSL doesn't have anything.
No. Just looking at the Oceania for DreamHack. Probe failed to get out of his group.
Aw.
Yep.
That's what he gets for not focusing full-time on StarCraft. Take that, Probe.
It's true. Still playing Age of Empires.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. Keep playing and still playing StarCraft. The choice is yours. I don't actually care which. Just go have fun. Who is moving on? T-Ball? I've never even heard of T-Ball.
Me neither. He's a Kiwi. No.
United Kingdom.
United Kingdom's in the Oceania group?
Apparently. Maybe he has dual
What the
citizenship.
hell? He has dual citizenship with Pakistan.
Still not exactly Oceania. Yeah, no, I believe you. I see it.
Yeah, you're right. Not Oceania. No. I've never heard of T-Ball before.
Neither. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Good job by him.
Yeah. Good for him.
He's been beating up on Seether and Razorblader. I know those names.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's the new kid on the block.
Sure.
So Risky and Probe didn't get out. I know those names. Mio Micah didn't get out. See, there's Seether in Group A.
Mm-hmm.
And Demi. I know a little bit about Demi too.
Mm-hmm. Old names.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Raza and T-Ball are allowed to play in this event because they have Pakistani citizenship. That's it. It is the Pakistani citizenship that allows them to play in this group. Pakistan is part of your group, man.
Sure.
Because reasons. because we don't have that corner of the globe region because nobody plays Starcraft over there.
My guess is T-Ball is actually part of the tournament organizer, and they realized they didn't have enough people for groups, so he just said, "Fine, I guess I'll play." And
I'll
then,
just beat Probe and Risky. It's cool.
and then
Don't
he
worry about it.
accidentally got through.
And accidentally 3-1 Raza and 4-0 Seether.
Yeah. I'm now considering for the next one I will just play because I'm guessing I could get through.
Your odds don't seem that low
Mm-hmm.
based on the fact this T-Bull person showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any results outside of regional Oceania stuff.
No. The weird thing is, it says he's been on teams throughout, like, different teams throughout the year, so he's been doing stuff. All right.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Since 2015, he's been consistently on a team.
right.
I guess he missed 2017, though.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, pretty consistent.
Yeah.
He's on good teams. Team Exxon, Psystorm Gaming.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a question of why hasn't he got any results?
Right. Don't know.
Yep.
Well, he got a result here, so maybe this is the start of something beautiful.
Maybe.
I
like that his team's location is in Ireland as well.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So he's got dual English, Pakistani citizenship. His team's in Ireland, and he competes basically in Australia.
Yes.
Sure.
Technically, it lists the team location as Ireland and Europe, and as we know, the UK is no longer in Europe, so the Ireland it must be referring to is not the Northern Ireland, but actual Ireland. Or the rest of Ireland. Yeah.
Right. Important distinction.
Yep.
Yes.
Just to make it an even weirder clusterfuck of connections.
Yes. Definitely true. All right. Good Starcraft. So they put Sora in Smash as the final DLC character ever.
Cool.
Well, in this Smash.
Uh-huh.
So you played Kingdom Hearts, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Do you have any affection for Sora? Or are you like, man, Sora's such a cool character?
Sora is like pants. He's designed to be hollow and empty, so you slide right in.
So what exactly? So who's like, yeah, Sora? Like Sephiroth had all this buzz because Sephiroth is cool and he's his own character and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But man, Sora is just like, I haven't seen anybody mention Sora at all online ever in the history of my internet usage. No one has ever been like, here's my Sora fan art. Oh, this is an amazing Sora moment from Kingdom Hearts. Like nothing.
Well,
he is an empty vessel, like you said.
I wouldn't say he's entirely empty. I'm like he does have relationships with like the three main characters whose names escape me because I haven't played Kingdom Hearts since I was like 12.
Okay.
But there's the cute girl and then the edgelord, and so those are the two character tropes that the other two fill in. And
but I mean, at least, yeah.
I just assume they're adding him because they wanted. Well, they could. They got the okay from Disney, I guess. And so they wanted to put in someone with a Keyblade. Like, why not? It's the moveset, not the character. It's fine.
I guess so. It's the moveset, which is honestly, it's a fighting game, so that's what's important, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's a good counter argument.
Sure.
Although, I mean, on the other hand, they brought Steve for Minecraft in, who didn't have a moveset, and they had to give him one. So
how does he play?
He can mine like elements from the ground.
Okay.
And then use them to make stuff. And then he fights with it. And like it's not all like swords and hammers either. Like some of it's crazy stuff. Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of it. My kids play Smash, but they don't choose Steve. So just tell you. Maybe that's something we need to understand about Steve.
Mm. Well,
Yeah,
I don't play Smash or any fighting game really, so it sounds
right.
like they've got a character who has to spend like the first 2 minutes doing like a survival crafting mini game, and then he gets to play. Uh,
Kinda, yeah.
I just hope he
It,
doesn't get bullied by the other kids.
yeah. I mean, as with any character in a fighting game, there's someone out there who kicks ass with Steve, I'm sure.
Oh,
Right?
probably,
Has
yeah.
totally figured Steve out and can kill anybody with it, as long as it's not like an official tournament or anything. uh, but it make good enough to make him look viable, even maybe if he's not.
I watched an anime called, I think it's Tomazaki is a bottom tier character, which is about um it's kind of a bait and switch. It's about a character who, like a high school kid who's like the best in Japan at basically Smash. Um and he's like mastered every character, and some like local high school punk keeps challenging him to games, and he's like, look, you can pick whatever characters, but I'm gonna beat you, not because the character I'm using is broken, but because I'm that good at the game. And then
Right.
it turns into like a dating sim for him, being like, how this other character is gonna try and turn him into a decent human being, and like tell him to take a shower and use deodorant and to buy fashionable clothes instead of just whatever. Uh,
Fashionable clothes, honestly.
yeah, yeah, I know it's asking too much, really.
It is. Does it work?
Yeah, more or less. Like that,
He gets turned into a real boy.
more or less. It's not great, but it wasn't a bad show either.
Hmm.
But that is my extent of fighting games and Smash.
Right. Fair enough.
That's
It's
my
an
knowledge.
anime that kind of refers to Smash, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. That like they're playing on like the Fintendo or something.
Right.
The game might be called Flash.
Flash Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, Sora. Excellent.
So cool.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Who else, man? I've been playing some Star Wars Squadrons.
Oh yeah, so you're back on that.
Yeah, we talked about this, but for podcast purposes, I beat most of the campaign when it came out.
Most of. Yeah.
Most of. I ran into a mission. I can't remember if I couldn't beat it
You
or
couldn't beat it.
if. Well, there was another mission that I couldn't beat until I switched over to using a Y-wing, like the game wanted me to.
Ah, okay.
And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I think I got a little bit annoyed that I had to beat it with the craft they wanted me to use.
Mm.
And I was like, I want to play it my way. Let me be an X-wing all the time. But there was, yeah, I think there was definitely a mission that I could not beat, and then I was just like, I'm out. And I'll come back to it later, and then I didn't. So that's where it was. And then I had my brothers over to hang out a few months ago, and they wanted to try out Squadrons, so I just let them hop on
Mm-hmm.
and start a new campaign. And I thought it would start like a new save, but what it seems to have done is wiped out my campaign and created a brand new one from square one, like the prologue. So my brothers played 3 or 4 missions and they had to go, and so that's where my campaign was 4 missions in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been replaying through the campaign and it's been going more smoothly. I've become more accepting of doing what the game wants me to do instead of trying to use an X-wing to fix every problem.
Mm.
When all you have is an X-wing, everything looks like a Star Destroyer. How do I finish that? Everything looks like a TIE fighter?
Everything looks like a nail.
Yeah, I mean, yes, that's the original thing.
Right, just keep it on track. It's fine.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah, yeah. Or you just pick something different. Like, what are the snow speeders? When all you have is a snow speeder, everything looks like an AT-AT.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Yep. A very specialized tool for a very specialized enemy.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah. Anyway, it's been good. It's been fun. There's it's kind of rushed.
Yeah.
I feel like the first time through, I went through as far as I got in about 8 hours, and it really felt like I was towards the end of the campaign. It's pretty short as far as campaigns go, obviously. And I was Again, this is me dying. This isn't me just completing the missions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I did start noticing on this playthrough, they give you medals for completing the mission under a certain time. So there's like a par, right?
Right.
And most of them are like 17 minutes. So, you can have a good number of 17-minute missions and keep your run time under 8 hours, assuming everybody keeps to the par time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it feels like a lot of missions, but they aren't super long necessarily. Even though it's a pretty stressful game, and it sort of feels long when you're playing. Like a lot of the times, they're like, "You completed this in 16 minutes," and I'm like, "Really?" I was I was on edge there for a while. I was
Uh.
almost dead for what felt like 20 minutes of that one. My alarms are bleeping the whole time. Like my repair button is on cooldown still. Leave me alone. I know I'm almost dead. Anyway, so I'm gonna finish it and then talk about the ending, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the true focus of the game is the multiplayer, which is, how some games are designed these days, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Like Overwatch, as
Yeah.
in aforementioned example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
sort of try to have some lore, but not really.
They have some lore. They have some campaign, but from what I remember, it's not always available. Like it's one of the bonus missiony kind of on a rotation every week kind of a thing. It's like, hey, you can jump in and play this level, and it's like you run through one of the multiplayer maps and you fight bots, and you get some
Hmm.
cutscene and some dialogue, and you only have certain heroes available because they're the ones that were at this fight for whenever this map takes place. Like that, it's not
So
enough
they
to make me.
try.
It's not enough to make me care.
No.
Frankly, my interest in Overwatch died the moment they said, when you play, you can't have multiples of the same hero anymore. So you used to
Oh.
be able to like have 5 of all of the same hero, even if it was
Ah,
stupid and ineffective, but you could do it.
I do remember that. I remember whole teams of
Big gorilla.
like the gorilla, but also the music dude, the DJ dude.
Oh, Lucio. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember 5 Team Lucios being all over Reddit.
Hmm.
And yeah, their reaction is mostly like, this is so bad.
Yeah. The problem is, I think like one team worked out like something really good. Like you just have
Oh,
5 gorillas and like no one can stop you or something. Like it's super OP. And
gotcha.
even like a team of 5 gorillas versus 5 gorillas, and it just doesn't work. So they were like, no, 1 per team only. It's like,
Like, we're
okay.
not going to balance for entire teams of one character. Screw you guys.
Right. Which I suppose fair enough.
Yeah, I
Um,
suppose.
but like, well, you
I
killed
mean,
all interest for me. It's like not being able to play wild decks on Hearthstone.
right. Or having to play something other than an X-Wing in Star Wars Squadrons.
Right, exactly.
It's the gosh darn same thing. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Considering they are very much about the competitive scene,
Hmm.
and it would get pretty boring, I feel like, as a spectator to be like, all right, and we've got our second series of All Winston versus All Winston coming up next. Ugh.
Right,
I
but
could see
I
how that would really hurt viewer count.
probably, but that game has a bigger problem of being utterly unwatchable anyway. It's just a giant clusterfuck of particle effects and explosions and characters running around and doing shit. Like it's not very easily watchable like like Starcraft is. It's just
See, and
not.
that's what I've always wondered. Like spectating Overwatch, yeah, it's
It did get a
not good, not
lot.
great.
It did get a lot better when they forced team skins, so you could see, oh, these are the people on that team. Those are the people on that team because they're all wearing
Hmm.
uniform colors. That made it a little
Yeah, okay.
easier when it was just like, hey, everyone's just their own default aesthetic that has to go in with the art style. Like it has to match everything. Like that was even worse because 2 characters would approach each other in a hallway and you didn't know which team they were on.
Right.
Um,
And as a spectator, you're like, go the one on the right, I guess. I
uh,
sure hope that's the one I'm rooting for.
right.
Yeah, I get that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried watching FPS, like competitive matches
Mhm.
before, and I can't. It's not entertaining to me, and it's always like super. I guess confusing. I mean, part of that is I'm not familiar enough with it to understand it. Like,
Mhm.
I'm sure somebody who's never watched a StarCraft game will watch it and be like, "What is happening?" Right?
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
normal.
Hmm.
That's
100%.
totally normal. But at the same time, it can be like, okay, these units are shooting and they're killing these other ones, and they look distinctly different, right? Unless it's a mirror matchup.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, but in the FPS stuff that I've watched, it's like, okay, this dude took a shot and then 180 the other direction and took another shot. Did the first one hit? I don't know, man. He sure to think like he sure thought it did, but like I didn't
I
get to see anything.
I don't know how successful 180 no scopes are anymore.
Fair. It's been a
Uh,
while.
I don't think I've even heard anyone attempting a 180 no scope since like Call of Duty 4.
Okay, so maybe not a 180, but a very much take a shot and then duck behind cover before you can see what happened, right?
Right.
At
Yeah.
least that.
It would depend on this shooter. Some are more slower. Like I think Siege plays probably very different to a Counter Strike game does to
Yeah.
a Halo game, for instance. Um, yeah, I'm not
Mm,
particularly interested in first person shooters as an esport either because it's like, okay, you guys shot them all the times, then they shot you. You clicked on
Yeah.
their heads more. Wow.
Well, if you're going to reduce it to that, I mean, yeah, obviously.
Well, it's mostly what first person shooters are, clicking on people's
Well, sure,
heads.
but it's
It-
positioning and it's scouting and it's understanding
right.
weapon types
And
and
it's teamwork and all that
yeah.
jazz. Like I'm not saying there isn't skill, but I mean basically I could beat them any day of the week.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we all know that's true.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Wait, is 88 back? I just
Yeah,
realized.
88's got its new episode out today.
I gotta watch that. If only we'd watched it before the pod.
If only I had caught up to the latest season.
Oh, that's true. You're still working on that, huh?
Yep. Still
Okay.
working on that. Definitely started it.
Yes, you've made tons of progress, I'm sure.
Uh-huh. I'm mostly still just waiting for Comic Con Communicate to come out. Like, I want to watch that first episode of that, and then I'll go back into binging something.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it's a great manga if anyone's read it. It's great.
Oh, it's 86. It's not even 88. That's how into this I am.
Wow.
I don't do numbers. Leave me alone.
It's true.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to watch 86.
86,
And then
86.
by next week, you'll totally be caught up.
Quite possibly, yeah. Maybe.
The
So-
whole week of working all day and having tons of free time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, lockdown might be ending next Monday, so I might be able to do stuff and not sit at home watching tons of anime. Who knows?
That would be bad for your attempt to
bit-
catch up.
It would, yeah. It
Yeah.
would just be awful. I mean, I'm sure I won't go anywhere and I will be able to watch it. I don't think that's in question at all.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Ka-chow.
Speaking of things I did watch, I watched Free Guy.
Yeah, that's right. You came into the Discord and had some thoughts about Free Guy.
I had some thoughts that it's fine, but not amazing. I think it's
Did you laugh?
once.
Okay, that's
I mean, I probably
not
smirked.
great.
I probably smirked at a lot of other scenes. I just don't remember those. I audibly laughed when it cuts to Chris Evans being like, "What the shit?"
Right.
That was it.
Oh yeah, me too. Definitely laughed on that one. That was fantastic. I wonder how much they had to pay Chris Evans to do like a 2-second scene.
I have no idea.
It's probably like $1 million.
Probably, yeah.
Probably. Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Disney did a pretty good job not going nuts with all the IP that they have access to. right?
I feel like there was a
Like,
lot of background and little things like Deadpool posters here and there and whatnot, like stuff that you can find, but it's not like in your face about it.
hmm. Right. Up until the lightsaber
Right,
and the Captain America shield.
and the Hulk hand, yeah, up until that
Yes.
point, and then they go really, really ham on it that it makes me groan. It's like, it's the scene from
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi, and look, you can see the sea out behind Ryan Reynolds, much like the Dune Sea behind Luke. I get it. The music is swelling.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Well,
shot-for-shot remake. I'm like,
yes. But I feel like they could have had moments like that throughout the entire movie if they wanted to, and they
Sure,
showed some level of restraint.
sure, some level, but I feel
Yeah.
like it was still a bit much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own.
I feel like the movie is greatly disserviced by attempting to make it a international event that all peoples are interested in. Because
What do you mean by that?
well, they keep cutting aid to streamers and stuff, and it's like, okay, you want to get Ninja and Pokimane and Jacksepticeye's opinion on this. What is essentially a bug in Call of Duty, not Call of Duty, GTA, and one. I don't think a bug like an NPC going wild in GTA would get anyone would give a shit. Not even the people playing GTA would stop what they're doing. Let alone multi-generational Chinese homes would all gather around the dinner table to find out and watch what's going on. And little Japanese kids dressing up as free. Like I don't think that's happening at all. Like it tries to sell it that this game is so important culturally to the entire world, and what's happening is like this huge news event. But I just every time I see that I go, people don't care. Like nobody, no, like people would not care about this because at that point, like we know that Free Guy is a sentient AI essentially. To him, he's
Yeah.
either a hacker or it's a bug.
But it's yeah. Okay.
And we're told that the interesting part is that he's playing the game in a different way, like being nice or something. Like he's still just like he's not playing the game in the standard way where you just drive around and shoot things and like do heists. Like he's stopping the bad guys or something. Like, he's being a good guy.
And the bad guys are PCs though. He's an NPC who's going out of his way to murder NPCs and successfully doing it a lot.
Right.
Right?
So basically, it's
So that's a little weird.
It's a new story about a guy who's playing PvP.
An NPC playing a
They-
playable character.
They think he's a hacker. Everyone thinks he's a hacker.
That's true. Even the people who run the
The
game,
game.
which doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Yeah. There are a few things where it's like, okay, you don't know how video games work at all, do you?
No, clearly. Because he's clearly
Yeah.
because we know he's a free character, like a free agent in the story. He's clearly able to move in a way that they probably didn't program NPCs to have animations for.
Right. And they're just
Like-
like, huh.
There must be a hacker. A hacker somehow injected animations and all this other, and voice lines. Well, no, the voice lines I assume because the game just has voice chat. But
Yeah.
also something if I wanted to really give an opinion on this, I would say you could nitpick it to death, like just death by 1,000 small little cuts of annoying things. Like when you first meet the girl whose name escapes me,
Mm-hmm.
Molotov, I think is a username, Molotov girl, but she's in a coffee shop playing the game for like 6 hours straight until they close. When she has a perfectly good setup at home, like what gamer goes out and says, well, I need to go make sure I do this great deal, like important deal to get the evidence I need for my lawsuit on cafe Wi-Fi and in a public space where, you know, people could look over my shoulder or my laptop would run out of power. And, you know, I just, no one would do that.
It's a very fair point that you're
Right.
making.
And
Yes.
like I was saying, you could just nitpick it to death. like, oh, the characters have an incredible range of motion. This is because all the live action scenes in the game are live actions, and humans can do whatever the heck they want. But these people, like, they're still theoretically being controlled by people with mouse and keyboard. It's like, how do you have such fine level of control over your character's limbs with a WASD movement system? Like, I don't.
Maybe it's a super futuristic system where they figure that out. You can just use a WASD system and have incredible levels of
No.
control over your player's
No,
limbs.
no,
No. All right.
no.
Fair enough.
Next nitpick. Why did they program the ice cream to have a flavor at all? Because it's meant to be a consumable for the player. Like, here, you go buy some food or whatever, and you just have consumables. If it's like GTA, it heals you. But guy can taste it. Why would you give it a flavor? How do you program flavor?
There you go. That's the question I was asking. It's like, okay, not why did they make it taste like bubblegum? The question is, how did they program flavor for their like, why would they bother making it so their NPCs can taste things?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, I assume the NPCs being able to taste things is because they ported all the NPC code from what is more of a simulation game, like New Life or whatever the hell it was called, the original build that they're trying to find evidence for that Taika Waititi has stole. And in that game, you want characters to have like a preference on taste because in a simulation, that might affect their hunting and gathering habits. Like certain NPCs go after different things that they prefer taste. It's a variable to be tweaked. But why would you copy that? Like, why would you have that? I get that they've for some reason added this other game that code illegally to their game. I can't figure out for the life of me why. It doesn't seem like it would be useful at all in this game. At all. Like, I can't.
Yeah. Well, because in the game, it's just basic routines, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have pre-programmed lines. You have pre-programmed routines.
Mm-hmm. Everything a normal NPC could do. You don't need artificial intelligence to do.
Right. So what did they steal, right?
Yeah. What was the reason for stealing it in the first place?
Yeah. Because you'd think if it was a jungle setting, okay, they stole the setting, right?
Right. They stole the map or whatever.
Yeah, but no, they made their own city, and they don't have, variable NPCs at all.
No.
So what? Yeah.
Don't know. But I can tell you, all the players in the game just drive around listlessly the moment all the NPCs go on strike. Mind you, guy couldn't convince his friend to put on a pair of sunglasses, but somehow he convinced all the NPCs in the game to go take break in a coffee shop.
Coffee break?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's part of their programming is they all have go to the coffee place as part of the routine, right? And so that's just what they would do normally, just at a different time, right?
No,
a little easier.
He gives them all an impassioned speech about need to go on strike or something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but it doesn't make sense.
I'm just saying,
he can't convince.
But it's a different thing. Getting your NPC buddy to do something outside of the routine, entirely outside of the routine, is harder than getting someone to do something that they do every day anyway, and just moving the time up 4 hours.
I don't think they all go to the coffee house. Also, what is the the timeline of him regenerating? Because it feels like he wakes up new day, get dressed, have cereal, get coffee, go to work. But when he dies, does he just wake up immediately and be like, well, I gotta go get coffee again? Because his routine is the same every time.
Yeah, I don't assume it's instant from death to wake up the next morning. I think he probably spent some time in some kind of a NPC purgatory where he doesn't exist until the next morning, and then he's in his bed.
Sure.
Or he's in his bed asleep until the next morning cycle. Whatever.
Maybe.
Yeah. They teleport him back to the bed, but he's unconscious.
Why did they build individual housing spaces for all the NPCs anyway? Surely that's taking up processing power. Right?
Yeah, totally.
Server space somewhere doing something. Being like, oh, here's this playable zone that you can never go into, presumably. Because we're never shown that.
That's a good point.
We know the NPCs can go into them freely, but do the
And then-
players just look into it and be like, oh, look, you can see NPCs doing things in their little houses? Isn't that
I
neat?
mean, yeah. I mean, it's like The Sims in that point, right?
Right.
I think there'd be some interest in that, but it would take an extra whole bunch of processing power for sure.
I think it's great as like a little background element in a game, but
Mm-hmm.
I think GTA gets away with it just fine, being like, here are some stills or something that they have
Yeah.
of like, here's a person like watching TV, and you can just like as you go past the window or whatever, it's like, oh, there's someone in there, cool.
Yeah,
Then
no,
it
that's a lot easier.
blurs into the background because you stop noticing it immediately.
Right. It just becomes noise.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
also
makes sense.
yeah. Just lots of little nitpicks like that. Just lots of little nitpicks.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I guess I'm so starved for like anything that's video game related that doesn't suck.
Mm-hmm.
That getting something that is pretty good, even if they didn't get it all right, is nice.
Mm,
That's all.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
I mean,
It's not the greatest movie of all time.
no, I feel like there are definitely better video gamey things out there.
Okay,
Log Horizon.
such as okay,
Yep. I think that's significantly better.
all right, that's fair. I was thinking outside of the anime space though.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I know that's harder on you.
Yeah. World of Warcraft. No. No. World of Warcraft movie is not better.
Not really.
Also, can we just like Taika Waititi as a character? Like his business is like the game is shit. It's filled with bugs, and then somehow Disney gave them license to use like Marvel and Star Wars products in their game. Like, really? Do we really see that happening? Like, nitpick again, but no.
Yeah, no. It's a good question. I didn't even think about that.
Oh. And there was the Scorpion tank from Halo in it. That was nice. They showed it twice, though. I feel like there are other games you could have had tanks for that you could have shown.
I didn't. I don't know my tanks well enough to be like that is a scorpion tank from
Oh,
Halo.
I just know
That's-
Halo well enough.
Yes. I don't know Halo that well. I mean, I know the scorpion tank, but I did not recognize it in the movie. So
Fair enough.
yeah, okay, that's pretty fun too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Definitely fun. Raw. Hmm.
That's it, I
So
think.
I think that's it. So 86 is back. I'm gonna go see the James Bond next week.
Oh, yeah. I heard there was a new James Bond movie.
Yeah.
No Time to Die.
No Time to Die. So I must admit that I skipped Spectre
Mm-hmm.
entirely
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't find anyone who was like, it's a great James Bond movie. So I was out.
Right.
But this one seems to be getting some good buzz and some decent audience ratings and critics ratings. And
Mm-hmm.
I'd like Daniel Craig as Bond. He's my favorite Bond. So
Mm-hmm.
gonna give it a chance.
Okay. I would like to go and see it. No,
Mhm.
release date is November 11th in Australia.
Ah. Well, we'll hold on to that one then. When can you buy Dune tickets? Can you already buy Dune tickets?
Ooh, that is a good
'Cause
question.
I can't buy them until the 23rd, I think.
Of October? December 2nd.
Yeah, I can see it on October 23rd, I think.
Mm-hmm. I'll be waiting.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
Blech. All right. Well, yeah, I think that's it then. I think we're good to go. Duddles is probably watching baseball.
Probably, yeah. I don't think
Probably
there's
fighting with people on Twitter about how his team cheated. Sure, but so does everybody else. So fuck you. That's usually how it goes, I think.
I think that's an excellent TLDR of every Twitter argument he gets in.
BYU still undefeated. Very happy about that. They're down to their third string quarterback, so their starting quarterback and backup are both injured. So 2 thumbs up.
Yep.
Will they keep winning? Probably not, but it's nice so far.
Penrith Panthers won the NRL Grand Championships over the South Sydney Rabbitohs last 3 days ago, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do they move on?
No, it was the championship. It was the
You
grand
said it was
final.
a regional.
No, did I?
What did you call it? You called it like the South something.
The South Sydney Rabbitohs are a team.
Oh, okay, got it. So they won the whole thing.
The NRL Grand Finals: Penrith Panthers versus the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Did you say Rabbitohs?
Yeah, Rabbitohs.
Or is that different from rabbits?
Yeah, you add an OH at the end.
But I mean, functionally, are Rabbitohs rabbits? Or are they something else?
No, they're rabbits. Just saying rabbits is apparently less manly for a sport about, bulky dudes slamming into each other. I think they had to distinguish, just define themselves separately from the bunnies or something. So we'll call ourselves the Rabbitohs. I think that's the linguistical information required there.
Sure. Yep. That makes. I don't know. I guess I was just wondering if maybe you call them
the bunnies,
the Rabbitohs in general in Australia.
Oh yeah, they're often called the bunnies or Rabbitohs. Like you can.
Okay. So they didn't make up the Rabbitohs as their mascot. It's an existing thing that you call bunnies sometimes.
No, well, nobody calls it. Like I wouldn't look at a bunny and be like, "Oh, look, it's a Rabbitoh." I have no idea where the word Rabbitoh came from. I assume they made it up for the sports team.
So they did. Okay, got it.
Like you can often refer to the sports team as just the bunnies or the Rabbitohs, right?
Okay, got it. Done. I'm making you talk about way too much sports. Way too much sports for Somicron. His head's gonna explode.
Yeah.
Likely.
Reggie the Rabbit is the Rabbitohs mascot.
Oh.
Yep. 1968.
Do they have a real rabbit that dies every 5 years, or is it just like a costume?
It's just a costume. This isn't like some Texas college football where the other team steals it and burns the winning score on it and get Bebo or whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. No. All right, good stuff. So at the end of the day, that is going to be it from us for this edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour with Somicron.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to support the podcast directly, you can at patreon.com/Somicron.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also falconpaladin.store for your merch needs.
It's true.
And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out. Until next time, y'all take care of yourselves.
Bye. What am I doing?
Bye.
3, 2, 1, and...